영환이요.
Hi, everybody. We're joined by DRX, who are coming off of their match against LOUD. Please use the Zoom hand raise function if you'd like to ask a question, and then we'll call on you. Let's begin with Diogo from ELR.
Hey guys, commiserations for the loss. My first question is for Termi. I'm looking to know kind of what happened on Breeze for that comeback. Did you guys start to get too comfortable, or was it something else?
네, 오늘 패배는 좀 아쉽지만 감독님께 첫 번째 질문 드리고 싶고요. 브리즈에서 특히 뭐가 잘못됐는지 어떻게 생각하고 계신지 뭐 좀 방심한 건지 여쭤보고 싶습니다.
브리즈 전반전은 잘 치렀는데 후반전 피스톨 라운드를 지고 A 사이트 들어오는 거를 좀 막는 거에 대해서 저희가 대처를 제대로 못했던 것 같고 중간중간에 풀미스도 있었고 오늘따라 왠지 모르게 조금 몸이 많이 굳어 있었다고 저는 생각을 하고 있습니다. 그런 좀 여러 가지 요인들로 인해서 졌다고 생각하고 있습니다.
So I think we had a great first half. Unfortunately, for the second half, we struggled when defending A site specifically. We had some communication misses, and I think overall some of the players were feeling a little bit heavy today. So it was unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Diogo, did you have any more questions?
Yeah, I've got just one more for Buzz. Haven is typically, your team's best map, but today you didn't really show that. What do you think went wrong?
네, 버즈 선수 보통 헤이븐은 DRX가 가장 잘하는 맵인데요. 오늘은 좀 그렇지 못한 모습을 보여주셨어요. 어떤 이유 때문에 그렇게 됐다고 생각하시나요?
일단 공격 때도 점수를 많이 따지 못했던 게 있었는데 그때 일단은 상대가 좀 잘 저희에 대해 이제 허점을 좀 잘 준비해 온 것 같고 수비 때는 저희가 이제 전진 플레이도 몇 번씩 해봤는데 전진 플레이 올 때마다 상대가 반대로 온 그런 거에 대해서 운도 좀 없지 않았나 싶었습니다. 그리고 일단 다들 막 그렇게 좋은 컨디션 상태였던 것 같지도 않아서 그래서 약간 그런 점 때문에 패배의 요인이 되지 않았나 싶습니다.
I think there were multiple factors. Firstly, we struggled a little bit during attack on Haven. We're usually pretty good. Also on defense, we were a little bit unlucky because, a couple times we tried to stack on a specific site or push out, but LOUD was on the opposite side of the map. So I think just a little unlucky on that front. And like our coach said earlier, some of us aren't feeling 100% right now. So I think all those factors played into our loss on Haven.
Thanks. This next question is from the chat. It's from Wanzi from One Esports. This question is for Termi. You guys switched around roles for champions, putting Stacks as IGL again and Buzz on Jet. Can you shed some light on the thinking behind those changes?
네, 감독님 이번 대회에서는 다시 스택 선수가 인게임 리더 역할을 맡고 버즈 선수는 다시 타격대로 전환하는 등 몇 가지 전환이 됐었잖아요, 이번 대회에서는. 그래서 어떻게 해서 그런 선택을 하셨는지 이유가 있었는지 궁금합니다.
제스트 선수와 스택 선수의 IGL 스타일은 전혀 다르다고 생각을 하고 있고 저희가 스타일에 좀 변화를 주고자 스택 선수로 IGL을 바꿨었고 굳이 비교를 하자면 스택 선수가 조금 더 즉흥적인 대응을 하는 게 속도감이 훨씬 더 있었기 때문에 그런 스타일로 좀 팀을 변화시키고자 바꾼 것들이 있었고요. 그리고 Z를 바꾼 이유는 버즈 선수를 바꾼 이유는 앞선에 좀 더 파괴력을 추가를 해야겠다고 좀 생각이 들었었고 결과적으로 좀 잘 되고 있다고 생각하고 있습니다.
There are some big differences between the in-game leadership style between Zest and Stacks. I think Stacks is much more capable in a sense that he is able to make decisions very quickly and adapt to the situation very quickly as the game goes on. So I think for this Champions tournament, we wanted to go with Stacks because we thought we would need that more and more in the games. As for Buzz, we wanted to add some explosiveness in the front side of the team. So we wanted an entry fragger who can really make multiple kills when he's entering into a site. So those were the reasons behind the changes, and I think so far we've been doing pretty well.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Rohan from esports.gg.
Hey guys, commiserations on your loss. I want to talk about you guys losing in the upper bracket at the same stage for the last two tournaments and again now as well. Do you think it's a mental block when it comes to this stage of the tournament in the upper bracket, or what's holding you back?
Do you want to ask someone specifically?
This could go to Stacks probably.
네, 스택 선수, 이번 대회에서도 지난 두 번의 국제대회와 마찬가지로 이 지금 단계에서 패배를 기록을 하셨어요. 그래서 그게 좀 멘탈적으로 지금 현재 블락커 같은 게 있는 건지, 좀 그 이상 가는 데 있어서 선수들도 스스로 좀 제약되는 상황이 있는 건지, 그리고 뭐 왜 그런 것 같은지 좀 궁금합니다.
일단은 멘탈은 전혀 깨이지 않았고, 왜냐면 오늘 경기를 너무 무기력하게 져서 뭔가 경기했다는 느낌 자체도 안 들었어가지고 다음 경기 준비하면 될 것 같고, 이번에는 제가 인게임 리더를 맡은 이상 일단 5, 6등은 일단 안 하고 싶긴 하고 그거에 대해 집중할 거고, 일단은 오늘 패배로 멘탈이 깨질 것 같진 않아요.
So I wouldn't say there's a mental blocker. I would also add to that by saying that our mental is still strong following today's defeat. Actually, personally, I think it's I didn't even feel like playing the matches because it went by so quickly. And as long as I am the in-game leader, I'm going to make sure that we don't finish 5th or 6th.
We'll go next to Ian from Valoranting.
Hi, this is for Stacks and Coach Termy. For playing versus an aggressive team like LOUD, what was the mental and emotional prep like before the match to try and make sure their momentum wouldn't overtake you?
네, 감독님과 스택 선수 둘 중 아무나 대답을 해주시면 될 것 같은데요. 라우드 같이 좀 공격적으로 플레이를 하는 팀을 상대로 어떤 식으로 좀 정신적으로 준비를 하셨는지, 특히나 라우드 같은 팀을 이제 좀 이기면서 기세를 타기 시작하면은 굉장히 상대하기가 어려운데요. 그걸 위해서 어떻게 준비를 하셨나요?
내가 아까부터 라우드에는 공격적인 선수들이 많은 건 사실이지만 저희도 충분히 공격적인 선수들이 많고 그런 성향이기 때문에 딱히 걱정을 많이 하진 않았었고, 뭐 비록 지긴 준비성에서 그렇게 부족하다고는 생각을 안 하고, 저희가 그냥 딱 한 가지의 공략에 좀 강한 게 크다고 생각을 하고, 오히려 좀 성향 차이는 크게 걱정은 없었던 것 같습니다. 네.
Like you said, Loud is a pretty aggressive team, but I don't think we're any less aggressive. So we weren't, mentally worried about playing them. I think, although we lost today, we don't think it was because of their aggressiveness per se, but because they had prepared a tactic specifically on Breeze that we just couldn't deal with. And other than that, I think we played pretty well against them.
We'll go to Rohan from esports.gg.
Hi again, guys. This question is for Buzz. You recently had a role change where you're now playing duelist on the team. How has the transition been for you to change your role and to play on the international stage again?
버즈 선수 최근에 타격대로 이제 역할을 전환을 하셨는데요. 다시 이제 국제 대회에서 이렇게 타격대 역할을 맡으면서 하는 소감이 어떠신가요?
일단은 작년에도 듀얼리스트를 맡았었고, 올해도 이제 롤 수업하기도 전에 이제 맵마다 가끔씩 이제 제트나 뭐 레이즈나 그런 공격적인 캐릭터 할 때가 있었어가지고, 그래가지고 뭐 딱히 막 어색하거나 그런 느낌 안 났어가지고 그냥 작년이나 올해나 그냥 계속 스테이지 1이나 2나 지금이나 다 똑같은 심정으로 하고 있어요.
Personally, I don't think there's a huge difference for me because there were always some maps where I was always on that entry role, so it really doesn't feel very different.
Thank you. I think that is all the questions from the remote media. Is there any questions from the on-site media?
Declan from Dexerto. This is for anybody who'd like to answer it. So in 2023, we're moving into a league system for Valorant. I was just wondering, what is your kind of defining moment, tournament, or game for this pre-league era of Valorant that we're leaving?
네, 질문은 대답해 주시고 싶은 분 아무나 해주시면 될 것 같고요. 이제 내년부터는 파트너십 형태로 전환되면서 국제 리그가 형성이 되잖아요. 그래서 이렇게 전환되기 전에 지금 현재 구조의 발로란트 e스포츠에서 가장 기억에 남는 순간이 있다면 그게 언제셨나요? 제가 할까요?
개인적으로는 이제 작년 스테이지 2 때, 3 때였나? 그때 이제 마스터즈 베를린에서 저희가 에이샌드를 이기고 8강에 진출함으로써 동시에 이제 2021 챔피언스를 진출했던 순간이 제일 기억에 남지 않나 싶어요.
So for me personally, I recall being really, really happy last year. I think it was stage 3 Masters. So we had just beaten Ascend and qualified for the playoffs. And with that, we had qualified for Champions in 2021. And so I think that's something that I would like to, keep in my memories as we move forward in the Valorant esports scene.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Ike from Upcomer. I wanted to ask, we've seen a considerably smaller audience due to the start of the school year in Turkey. Has the absence of audience affected you in the stage?
네, 오늘 관중 수가 조금 더 적었어요. 아무래도 터키에서 이제 새로운 학기가 시작하면서 많은 학생들이 이제 참여를 못하게 되면서 좀 줄어든 것 같은데 그거를 눈치를 채셨는지 그리고 또 관중이 좀 줄어든 게 체감되셨는지 그리고 소감이 어떠실까요?
근데요? 줄어든 거는 하나도 눈치채지 못했고요. 이제 관객분들이 워낙 환호를 많이 해주셔가지고 저번이랑 거의 비슷했던 것 같고, 그리고 관객이 있을 때가 확실히 훨씬 경기할 때 더 재밌는 것 같아요.
Actually, we didn't even realize there were less people in the audience. They were chanting so loud that we thought it was, packed. We love playing in front of the audience, and it's absolutely great that we have all these fans here in Istanbul.
Thank you. Are there any more? One more?
Hello guys, FF from Onedio, top loss today. I want to ask, what do you think about your next possible opponents, given the strength of the teams in the lower bracket?
네, 다음 경기에 대해서 어떻게 이제 다음 상대에 대해서 어떻게 평가를 하고 계시고 이제 패자조에서 생존해서 올라오실 가능성은 있다고 생각하시는지 궁금합니다.
내가 일단은 전에 2021 챔피언스 때 푸나틱을 한번 만났었고 그 2대1로 졌던 기억이 있는데 그때 푸나틱은 되게 잘했다고 생각했었는데 이번 챔스에서의 푸나틱은 약간의 빈틈이 있다고 생각을 하고 그래서 저번보다는 조금은 쉽지 않을까 생각을 하고 이번만큼은 좀 저희가 달라졌기 때문에 이전보다는 더 좋은 성적으로 마무리할 수 있을 것 같습니다.
Our next opponent is going to be Fnatic in the lower brackets. We have memories of losing to them last year in the Champions, 2-0. But I think the Fnatic now is a little bit weaker than they were last year. We do see some cracks in their strategies. So I think we have a much higher probability of winning. And I think we've grown since then as well as a team. So we're pretty confident that we could overtake them and continue our run in the lower bracket.
Any more questions? DRX, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. This will conclude the first press conference.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. We are joined by Loud, who are coming off of their victory against DRX. Please use the Zoom hand raise function if you'd like to ask a question, and then we'll call on you. Let's start with Naeem first. From Runnerback.
Hi guys, so obviously congratulations on the huge win. My question is for Sadak or Sassy. So after that 3-9 deficit on Breeze, what did you guys do strategically to bring it back on that almost flawless attack side?
I think it was more of our mentality was wrong because we didn't have any proactiveness, you know. We just let they play the game and we just watch, right, on the first half. So for the second half, it was just adjust our attitude and do what we train for. So yeah, it was pretty much that.
All right, thanks.
We'll go next to Diogo from VLR.
Olá malta, parabéns pela vitória. Aqui uma pergunta para o Sassi. Em situações como vocês estavam no Breeze a perder 9-3, como é que se mantêm coesos e como é que conseguem recuperar o jogo numa situação dessas?
Eu acho que depois do jogo, principalmente da Leviathan, né, na Icebox, eu acho que o nosso time sempre teve essa dúvida de comeback, porque nunca tivemos essa experiência, né? Ou normalmente a gente ganhava o game, ou a gente só perdia de lavada. E após esse jogo, assim, o jogo tava 9-3 e a gente falou, já passou pela mesma situação. Então acho que após aquele game da Leviathan, acho que deu um conforto a mais. E é como o Sadak acabou de falar, né? Acho que a gente tava sem atitude nenhuma no começo do primeiro half, né, na parte da defesa. E a hora que virou, a gente conversou junto ali no freeze time e falou, cara, a gente tem que jogar nosso jogo, a gente tá pensando muito no jogo deles e deixando eles jogar. E acabou que o Les e o Pancada tava com muita mira também, né?
Marsh. Thanks. Do you want to translate?
Yes, I will. So the question was supposed to see, and it was about like on the Breeze map, when they got to the point they were losing like 9-3, like how did they overcome and how did they deal with that? And Sassi said that like somehow like the team always like were not sure how to deal with the situations because either they like lose like by a lot or they would be able like to win here and there. But after Leviathan's game at Icebox, that they were able to overcome a very like similar situation. It got to a certain comfort zone. And as Sadak said before, like in the first half of the game on the defensive side, we had no much attitude. We let they play their game. And during the break time, we just like sat down and talked what we had to change. And we just got to actually apply everything that we practiced. And also mention to Les and Pancada having a very steady aim.
We'll go next to Gabriel Salas.
Opa, boa tarde, gente. Vocês me escutam bem?
Sim.
Perfeito. Bom, minha pergunta vai ser direcionada ao Pancada, né, que foi hoje um dos grandes destaques do time. Pancada, uma coisa que é muito característica desse time da Loud, né, é que em diferentes jogos, diferentes jogadores acabam, enfim, terminando como principal destaque individual, seja por uma jogada importante como aquela sua ali quando estava no 11-11 do primeiro mapa, ou então por estatísticas gerais. E queria que você falasse um pouco dessa característica do time, né? De vários jogadores em diferentes momentos chamarem responsabilidade para os jogos, e isso está ainda mais evidente nesse Champions. Então fala um pouco sobre isso e também um pouco sobre a sua performance de hoje, por favor.
Cara, sobre
Sobre essa performance do time, a gente tem 5 jogadores que são muito bons, então quando um tá mal, o outro sempre se sobressai. E a gente tá aqui um pelo outro, então sempre vai acontecer isso. Sobre minha performance, eu tô só fazendo o que eu sempre venho treinando, né? E graças a Deus tô sendo abençoado e fazendo um grande campeonato.
Perfeito, obrigado.
So the question was for Pancada, and they wanted to know about certain characteristic to Loud of Loud, which like on this champion was actually kind of obvious and more clear to people. That is, depending on the game, in different games, not only one person gets to be like the MVP or like the most valuable like asset they have. Like every game, they might have like a different one, and they wanted to know like what's about this. And Pancada said that it's in the end we have a very strong roster of 5 players. So in like sometimes when one is bad, the other one is like shining. So it's not much about like a characteristic. We are just very versatile. And regarding my personal performance, I was able to bring like the game that we practiced a lot in order to overcome the whole situation.
We'll go next to Wesley Pereira from the Clutch.
Salve,
Demorando,
pessoal.
Tava
Tinha que
demorando.
ter eu
Tava
aqui, né?
Tava demorando. Achei que não ia vir hoje trabalhar.
Eu demorei levantar a mão, mas vamos lá. Com a reta final se aproximando, essa pergunta é para o BZK. Com a reta final se aproximando, a Pro é o mapa mais evitado por vocês no campeonato. Cogitam trazê-lo na sexta-feira, eventualmente no domingo, ou vão continuar vetando?
Bom, a gente já jogou o mapa da Pro nesse campeonato. Eu acho que a escolha de não jogar nesses últimos confrontos foram mais de acordo com o adversário que a gente está jogando. E a gente tem um mapa forte ainda, a gente treinou muito ele durante o bootcamp, a gente tem muito conhecimento do mapa. Eu acho que sem dúvida agora a gente tem alguns dias para treinar e a gente pode sim trazer PER no resto da competição, porque a gente não tem permaban, né? A gente gosta de jogar todos os mapas na pool, então vai depender um pouco do adversário.
So the question was for Bazooka, and with the end of the championship coming, like Pearl is one of the most avoided maps in the championship, and you guys seem to like avoid it as well. Like, so ahead, what do you guys think? You guys think that you're gonna be avoiding like to play Pearl again, or you guys actually plan to bring Pearl and actually just to do a good performance on it? Bazooka answered that like we played Pearl map a lot, but the pick and ban thing is usually decided on the opponents that we are facing. During the bootcamp that actually we did, we had a lot of time to train on it. And during the bootcamp, we had a good performance on it. Right now, we have some more time that we can actually sit down and practice. And yes, Pearl could be a good map that we could bring to our arsenal, because in the end, Loud doesn't have a perm ban map. We like to play in all of them and have the possibility to bring them on the game.
Thank you. We'll go next to Diogo from VLR.
Ora, pergunta aí para o Aspas. Tendo em conta que a Haven sempre foi um dos mapas mais fortes da DRX, como é que foi a vossa preparação para o mapa?
A gente assistiu bastante dos jogos deles, tanto que eles teve um mapa recente. A gente estudou eles, viu os padrões, preparou um antitático e com isso a gente já sabia bastante do que eles iam fazer. Então a gente estava bem preparado para jogar essa Heaven contra eles.
This question was for Aspas regarding one of the strongest maps from DRX, that would be like Heaven. And what was the preparation that you guys did for it? And Aspas just simply said that like we prepared a lot, we studied their like strategies, we knew like what kind of things they could do in the map, and we prepared a lot of like counterattacks and like some overcoming situations we could bring in the game. And it was basically that.
Thank you. We'll go next to Ian from Valoranting.
Hi, this is for Coach Bazooka. How was the Breeze attack strategy developed, And was this specific strategy made for DRX?
That's a trick question, but yes,
Secret.
we like to study a lot of the teams we play against, and we take some stuffs that we already do in regular practice in our screens, and we also like to adjust some stuffs for the opponent. So we did study their X Breeze a lot, and we knew how they like to play the map, and we just figured out that this was our best option for the map for the match.
Thank you. We'll go to Diogo next.
I think Enkai's been waiting for a question for a bit. Yeah.
We'll
If
go
you
to
could-
let's
if
go
you
to
could
run it
confirm.
back then.
All right, thank you. I just have one more question about Breeze for Sadak or Bazooka, and it's about running Cypher instead of the more popular Chamber. I'm just curious to know what kind of tactical advantages does Cypher provide on that specific map?
Quer falar? Bom, a gente usava o Chamber antes na composição nos últimos campeonatos, e a gente sentiu que o Cypher dava algumas possibilidades que o Chamber não dava pra gente. E foi uma decisão que a gente tomou durante o nosso bootcamp, que a gente estava treinando o mapa da Breeze, e a gente sentiu necessidade, porque o Cypher é um agente completamente diferente do Chamber, né? Questão das jaulas, questão da trap dele, até mesmo da câmera. Enquanto o Chamber tem muito mais poder de fogo, o Cypher tem outras opções no mapa. Então foi uma decisão meio coletiva do time, a gente decidiu em mudar um pouco o nosso jeito de jogar Breeze, que já estava forte antes. A gente achou que colocando o Cypher no lugar do Chamber, mesmo perdendo um pouco essa agressividade, a gente conseguia ganhar outros pontos, e a gente tá gostando muito do resultado até agora, né?
So the answer that Bazooka had is that we used to use Chamber on former like strategies championships, but ended up that Cypher would bring more like possibilities and different like situations, like not only like the cage but also like the traps. It was a very versatile and good choice. While Chamber had like a big like strike power. In the end, it was a collective decision to start using Cypher instead of Chamber, and that we had to consider like losing the aggro that Chamber would bring to have more possibilities with Cypher.
Obrigado.
Thank you. We'll go next to Wesley from the Clutch.
Agora tem uma pergunta mais descontraída aí pro Aspas, em relação aos doguinhos aí que ele veio trazendo no palco. Cara, sexta-feira tu vai trazer o quinto agora. Como vai fazer para carregar o canhão embaixo do braço?
Vixe, o meu amigo Matias vai carregar um cachorro pra mim, né? Eu vou carregar um cachorro para ele, pra eu ficar tranquilo. Então tá bem tranquilo sobre os cachorros.
Mas ajuda.
Nós ajuda.
A meta é bater 6, né?
Seisinho. Se bater seisinho, ganha o camp.
Dá pra provar as coleiras também, né?
Se der ruim, a gente
Pô,
pode...
então cada um carrega um, pô. Você,
Exatamente.
BZK também carrega um.
Sobrou pra mim,
Fica a
cara?
dica.
Será?
So the question, it's not a serious one and it's directed to Aspas. Since you're actually bringing one new dog with each winning that you have, like, how do you plan to carry the fifth dog, like, to the stage? And he answered that, I'm gonna have a friend, right, Sadak, to help me to carry, and Sadak just agreed that he will be able to help. Other players also mentioned Bazooka as well, that wouldn't be a problem, but also that the goal was to have 6 dogs, because with 6, it means that they won everything.
Thanks. We'll go next to Hussein from TG Esports.
Hello, guys. Congratulations on your win. So I want to ask, really, you guys have an amazing game sense. So I want you to tell us about that game sense. How did you develop this game sense? Was it an experience as a team or training and practice? You really, you moved well. You made the right decision in the right time. You knew how to make every move. So please tell us about that.
That's a hard question. Okay. I think for us is the fact that we are starting the game together. So we are moving as a team right now. So it's not that one single person is doing a right decision. It's more like the team is doing the right decision. Everyone has a a really good knowing of what to do and what to do not in certain circumstances. So it really helps on the final decision on what we're going to do. So that comes after watching lots of bots, talking a lot about the game, thinking the game, playing the game. So yeah, I mean, that's the answer for me.
Thank you. We'll go back to Diogo from BLR.
Só mais uma pergunta aí para o BZK. Pelo que me pareceu, muito da comunidade internacional e se calhar até alguns jogadores que estão neste torneio não esperavam que vocês estivessem aqui hoje e que até ganhassem este jogo. Portanto, há algum gosto especial em se calhar provar que essas pessoas estavam erradas?
Eu acho que não tanto nesse sentido, porque a gente foca muito no nosso trabalho e a gente tem a mentalidade dentro do nosso time que o resultado que a gente tem no campeonato é fruto do nosso trabalho, isso durante o ano inteiro. Então, as pessoas podem achar que a gente está fazendo um trabalho bom, que está fazendo um trabalho ruim, mas o fato é que a gente está trazendo resultados nesse momento. E a gente não vai mudar a nossa postura de treino, a gente vai mudar a nossa postura de como a gente vai se preparar para um jogo por conta de pressão de fora. Então, a gente segue fazendo nosso trabalho. Acho que todo mundo está se dedicando muito bem, todo mundo deu um up muito grande durante esse campeonato. E eu acho que é mais isso. Acho que a gente consegue se focar e se fechar bem internamente entre a gente, porque no final, quando acabar o campeonato, não importa se a gente ganhar ou se a gente perder, vão ser nós, porque vamos estar na mesma sala junto conversando a respeito.
So this question was for Bazooka regarding like there's always like people cheering, but at the same time there are people that gonna be like not wishing that you guys do great during the championship. Do you think there's some kind of like good taste to actually prove those people are wrong, like bringing results? And Bazooka answered that like we actually focus on our team or own work. We think that the results that we have in the championship or whatever like game, it's based on our hard work. We are bringing results since we've been training very hard, and regardless of people think if we're gonna win, we're gonna lose, that doesn't matter much for us, and it won't be a factor to change whatever ways of approach that we have, either in the game or outside the game, the way that we practice, the way that we deal with the whole like championship. We all try to focus on our game, and I believe that we are very good to block any kind of interference from outside. And in the end, it doesn't matter if we win or not. It's gonna be only us in the same room talking about everything. So that's how we believe we can block things from outside, and it doesn't matter much.
Thank you. Rohan, we'll go next to you.
This question is for Sadak. Which you guys are in the top 3 already. Which team out of the remaining teams do you think has the biggest chance of Aspas not getting his 6th dog on stage?
I mean, when we face a team, we always want to win, right? So that's an answer I cannot answer. That's a question I cannot answer, sorry. Because we are playing to win, so everyone is beatable. So yeah.
Aspas, if you'll humor me for a second, do the dogs have names?
Only this one.
What?
The doguinho. Only
That's a little dog, yeah.
Yeah.
Doguinho.
Nome que ele deu pro cachorro.
Mano, não acredito que você fez isso.
Gabriel, do you have another question, or does your hand just up from the previous one?
For BZK. Bazooka, BZK, minha pergunta é muito mais focada no próximo confronto que vocês vão ter, né? Vocês vão enfrentar ou Optic, né? Que é uma equipe que vocês já estão mais do que acostumados a enfrentar, né? Em vários campeonatos, vocês sempre acabam caindo na mesma fase de grupos, ou então se enfrentam em fases mais avançadas, ou a X7, né? Que é uma equipe que, se eu não me engano, vocês nunca enfrentaram, né? E aí, num cenário desses, né? Que vale vaga na final, você tem uma opinião formada sobre que tipo de confronto é melhor, no sentido, é melhor enfrentar uma equipe que você já está acostumado, que você já conhece, mas que por outro lado também já conhece muito a Loud, ou uma equipe que vocês não conhecem tão bem, enfrentando dentro do servidor, mas que por outro lado também não conhece tão bem a Loud? O que você avalia que é mais difícil numa fase tão avançada do campeonato?
Eu acho que as duas equipes têm os seus prós e contras, né? Ao mesmo tempo que se a gente enfrentasse a Optic conhece nosso jogo, a gente também conhece o jogo deles, né? E a mesma coisa vale para X7 também. Então, se a gente for jogar contra X7, eles também não tem muito conhecimento nosso de estar no servidor realmente contra a gente, e a gente também não tem o conhecimento de estar contra eles, né? Então, eu realmente não tenho muita preferência. Eu acho que a equipe que vencer a partida que está rolando nesse exato momento e ganhou por mérito deles e vai merecer estar na final Upper junto com a gente. Então, para mim não muda muita coisa. Eu acho que para o nosso time também inteiro, seja quem vier, a gente vai fazer o mesmo trabalho de sempre, a mesma separação de sempre e entrar com a mesma vontade de ganhar. Então, é difícil responder isso, porque realmente cada time tem os seus pontos positivos e pontos negativos de enfrentar.
Perfeito, obrigado.
Penso a mesma coisa, tadinho do Arthur, cara.
So, the question was for Bazooka, and it was more towards the fact that whomever wins the next game, gonna be facing them in a situation that the winner goes to the final. So, do you believe it's harder to face a new team which you guys don't have much info about, or do you guys would rather get and like confront a team that you guys played before? And Bazooka said that in the end it doesn't matter much because if we play with the XSET team, we don't know much about them, but I believe as well that they don't know exactly how we play or what kind of like strategy we can bring to the game. And if it's the other team, in the end, we know their gameplay because we play with them a lot and they know ours. So it's going to be a tough situation, but it's nothing that we can deal with. Personally speaking, I don't have a preference because whomever wins, they gonna be winning by their own merit. And regardless who comes up to face us, we're gonna just do what we do usually, that is just bring the best game that we have to put in practice everything that we did, like train hard, and we're gonna just like try to do our best like we always do.
Thank you. I think that was the last question from the remote media. Is there any questions from the audience?
No.
Declan from Dexerto. This question is for anybody except for Sadhak. So in 2023, we're moving into a new league system for Valorant. And I was just wondering, is there any kind of defining moment or tournament or game for you guys for the pre-league era of Valorant that we're leaving after this tournament?
Ele está perguntando se tem algum tipo de partida que foi muito definitiva para nós, tipo, muito importante, antes de entrar na franquia. Isso.
Da franquia?
Tipo,
Porque 2023 vai ter o coisa de franquia, certo? Vai mudar o estilo de como as coisas vão ser
O mais
processadas.
importante foi a nossa grande final contra a Optic.
No.
A virada contra o Leviathan.
Honestly, I think it's happening right now. Yeah, because like Champions is what matters. So we were playing Masters just to come here. So yeah, Champions was like.
Posso falar uma?
We are like top 3, you know. So we just won the top 1 now.
Jogo contra
Still
G2.
happening.
So he's saying the game against C2 was really important for him.
Vou dar buff ali. Tava com muita mira.
That's all, I think.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we have one more.
Hello, upcomer. Today there was considerably less audience due to the fact that schools are now open in Turkey. Has the absence of audience affected you in any way?
Honestly, no. We got to see some Brazilian fans here, so yeah, it was
That
great.
was cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't imagine that we would see Brazilian fans here. And you know, the Turkish people were loud still. It doesn't matter that it wasn't full.
Thank you.
Okay, so I lost track of the press conference, and I'm not sure if anyone's asked this before, but are you feeling the excitement? I mean, 2 matches and you can reach the trophy. I mean, how does it feel?
I mean, we had the same feeling on Iceland, right, this year. But I just hope that we made a different history right now.
Thank you. Loud, that was a long press conference. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. This will conclude the first one. We'll be back after the next match.
Thank you very much, everyone.